In the Matrix Revolutions, we were introduced to the Trainman, one of the exiles that work for the Merovingian. This program was capable of knocking Neo out with a single punch. But how can this minion be that powerful? How is it possible for him to easily beat Neo? Could it be that the Trainman and the Merovingian were the predecessor programs of the Architect and the Oracle? Welcome to Matrix Explained.
Welcome to the desert of the real.
This case of deja vu is brought to you by Warner Brothers and their copyright claim on our original video. Enjoy. After Neo used his powers in the real world, he fell into a coma and his consciousness ended up in a world between worlds, Mobile Ave, a separate simulation outside the Matrix created by the Trainman, a mysterious program that has existed for a very long time. We don't know exactly which version of the Matrix the Trainman came from, but we do know that he has at least been around since the 5th simulation. In Enter the Matrix, he mentions to Niobe that last time, Zion lasted only 72 hours, referring to the machine's attack on the city. Recall that this current Zion is the 6th.
72 hours.
What did you just say?
That's exactly how long Zion lasted last time.
What do you mean and who are you?
Me? Nobody. Just a spectator enjoying the ride.
So the Trainman witnessed the previous city's destruction. If the Trainman was able to see the destruction of the 5th Zion personally, this means that he was in the real world. Why do we believe this? Well, Mobile Ave is located in a place between the Matrix and the real world, possibly connected to the Machine City. The Trainman can enter and leave the Matrix whenever he wants. That could be how he saw the destruction of Zion. There is also the possibility that the Trainman is not an exiled program of the Matrix, but an exile of the Machine City. This is why he can create simulations, an ability that should be exclusive to the Architect. The Trainman created Mobile Ave as a gateway or a backdoor to the Matrix, and it is a very interesting creation indeed. Neo's consciousness was trapped in this place after he used his powers in the real world. His mind detached itself from his body. We've theorized that the power of the One, or the anomaly's code inside Neo, connected to the Sentinels wirelessly. Then Neo's body collapsed before his consciousness could return, thus ending up in this unknown place between the Matrix and the real world. Neo had no powers in Mobile Ave. The Trainman, as well as he put it, is God there. No other programs, that includes the agents and the anomaly, can beat the Trainman in a fight on Mobile Ave. But why? The agents of the Matrix follow the rules of the simulation, and the One can bend those rules. So the fact that Neo has no powers in Mobile Ave demonstrates that maybe Morpheus was wrong. The anomaly's code inside Neo grants him incredible abilities within the Matrix. But if there was a program created by another entity that does not use the equation or language of the Matrix, then the anomaly's code would not work, like trying to run a Windows program on a Mac. This is a major weakness of the One and all other programs of the Matrix, because an entity like the Trainman can create a construct that can trap all of them, including the Architect, and they would not have the power to escape. This is an extremely powerful and dangerous weapon that the Merovingian has at his command. The Trainman is seen as a program smuggler or mule, but objectively, he is the creator of simulations as sophisticated as the Matrix. The Merovingian can also modify the Matrix code using something as plentiful as food, making these two entities combined a very dangerous pair. And here lies a crazy yet sound theory. We know that the current Architect has failed several times in his attempt to find the perfect balance of the equation, yet nothing prevents us from theorizing that there may have existed a previous program similar to the Architect who also failed at its purpose and was replaced by the old man dressed in white. To help you understand this, let's recap on how a Matrix program becomes an exile. It's pretty straightforward. If an outdated program does not return to the source, it becomes an exile, an enemy of the system. However, these exiles retain their programmed abilities. For example, Seraph was an agent of the Paradise Matrix. His purpose was to protect humans. He continues his purpose as a protector, only now he protects the Oracle. Other members of the Merovingian's posse were also agents of previous simulations, but now they are his swords and shields. Even the Keymaker continues his purpose as the gateway opener for the One, though he is also considered an exile. Knowing an exile's abilities is discovering what was their original purpose. The Trainman can enter and exit the Matrix, create simulations, and most importantly, be a spectator of the real world. Knowing the Trainman's abilities and the fact that he is an exile makes us wonder what program replaced him. What other program shares these attributes? What program can create simulations and spectate the destruction of Zion, as well as enter and exit the Matrix at will? First guess, the Architect. If this hypothesis is true, the Trainman could have been the architect of the older or beta versions of the Matrix. Now you might be thinking that this is not the case because the Resistance created the construct, meaning that you do not need to be an architect to create simulations. You would be right if the Trainman were human, but he is not. He is a program, and whatever his initial purpose was before becoming an exile, it most likely involved creating simulations and perhaps transporting people to said simulations. Now, we've also theorized the possibility that the Merovingian is the predecessor of the Oracle. He was an operating system of the first Matrix, which ran on the principle of causality, to which this principle would eventually be replaced by choice, and he would subsequently be replaced by the Oracle. This would explain why the Merovingian hates the Oracle and why he is so powerful. He once was responsible for helping to balance the equation with cause and effect. If these theories are correct, the Trainman could have been the creator of the Beta Matrix, and the Merovingian was to control the humans with cause and effect. But both programs failed their purpose and were replaced by the Architect and the Oracle, thus becoming the first exiles. The Trainman and the Merovingian worked together to gain allies, bypassing each simulation in search of more power to take back what was once theirs. Ironically, the Merovingian returned in the Matrix Resurrections with an entirely new and unflattering look. He looks like a homeless person, a vagabond like the Trainman, which made us wonder if the original Trainman had powers of similar or equal measure as the Frenchman. Perhaps the real war is the one between these four programs, an extremely personal one that falls within the framework of possibility for future Matrix content. But do you agree? Were the Merovingian and the Trainman replaced by the Architect and the Oracle? For Matrix Explained, please leave a like and subscribe. And thank you for visiting the Desert of the Real.